5G and the digital economy in Canada. 5G connectivity will enable new use cases in the digital economy, such as smart mining automation, connected and autonomous vehicles and automated smart farming, that are forecasted to deliver significant economic benefits for Western Canada. Economically, 5G is expected to enable an estimated increase in Western Canadian GDP of $34 billion annually by 2035. All major industries are expected to benefit. For example, in mining, an important industry in Western Canada, self-driving trucks can be used to haul materials and improve efficiency by 10 to 30% through optimizing driving patterns to reduce fuel consumption, engine wear, and downtime. The adoption of the digital economy has been accelerated by COVID-19, which has had a widespread impact on the Western Canadian economic and social landscape. As a result, a range of existing socio-economic trends have been accelerated, increasing the demand for connectivity and the adoption of the digital economy. Within this context, the deployment of 5G is expected to deliver significant environmental and societal benefits for Western Canada. These forecasted benefits include: environmentally, 5G-enabled technologies can optimize operating conditions and inputs of existing industrial processes to reduce emissions and water consumption in important Western Canadian industries, such as mining, quarrying, and oil and gas extraction, agriculture and manufacturing. Notably, precision agriculture techniques that use connected sensors to track moisture content can automate irrigation to reduce water consumption, and in smart mines, self-driving vehicles reduce emissions through AI-enabled driving algorithms that optimize driving patterns. Socially, 5G-enabled technologies will improve the quality of life of Western Canadians by improving the delivery of key social services such as healthcare, education, and transportation. For example, automation in public transit can improve system efficiency, safety, and user wait times. 4 The deployment of 5G will also help to close the rural-urban digital divide, which is particularly important in Western Canadian provinces such as Manitoba and Saskatchewan, where approximately 30% of the population live in rural areas. The provision of high-speed broadband through fixed wireless access, FWA, will provide for increased access to remote education, healthcare, and other services. The 4 provinces of Western Canada, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and British Columbia, contributed $733 billion to Canada's GDP in 2019, 42% of the national total. Large industries, in GDP, in Western Canada have historically been capital-intensive industries such as mining, quarrying, and oil and gas extraction, around 28% of GDP in 2019. The real estate and rental and leasing industry is also a substantial contributor to the Western Canadian economy, generating 14% of the total Western Canada GDP in 2019. Going forward, all 4 Western provincial governments have set out policies that aim for economic diversification and technological advancement of the economy and society, using increasing levels of technology, for example, financial technology services, education, and logistics/transportation. The primary, priority and consumer-focused industries reviewed within this report account for around 90% of Western Canada's GDP and around 95% of total employment. In primary industries, 5G-enabled use cases are forecasted to add around $16.4 billion of value in Western Canada by 2035. Example use cases such as smart mining, smart automated construction, and automated mobile robotics in manufacturing will bring benefits through increasing product yields and reducing operating costs. In priority industries, 5G-enabled use cases are forecasted to add around $7.4 billion of value in Western Canada by 2035. Examples of use cases include driverless trucks in logistics and automated precision agriculture that will improve working conditions and provide for operational efficiencies that reduce costs. In consumer-focused industries, 5G-enabled use cases are forecasted to add around $6.0 billion of value in Western Canada by 2035, with technologies like smart cities, automated transportation, and smart grids benefiting all Western Canadians, including rural and Indigenous communities. A range of use cases are already being utilized today and delivering economic, environmental, and societal benefits. For example, 5G's benefits will also extend beyond enabling industry use cases and smart cities in major urban areas. As access to education, healthcare, and other necessities are increasingly tied to the ability to access fast, ubiquitous connectivity, closing the rural and urban digital divide is increasingly important. 5G-enabled use cases require broad ubiquitous coverage to reach businesses outside urban areas, mining, agriculture, oil and gas, etc., and enable use cases that are reliant on continuous connectivity, example, autonomous vehicles. The delivery of ubiquitous connectivity across all of Western Canada will be an important factor in addressing the digital divide. For instance, the deployment of 5G through fixed wireless access, FWA, technology can deliver broadband connectivity to remote areas at a significantly lower cost. 5. These forecasted benefits of 5G provide a clear incentive for Western Canada to deploy 5G at pace. However, deploying 5G at pace will be challenging due to three primary factors. The high costs of 5G. 5G is expected to be more expensive than previous generations, with the total cost of ownership, TOC, forecasted to increase by up to 71% compared to 4G networks. 6. These costs are primarily driven by the capital costs required to install new equipment, densify infrastructure, and the increased operational costs required to keep up with data use. Increased competition in the digital economy. The digital economy broadens MNO's competitive landscape to include hardware, software, and service providers. Notably, telcos will compete with large multinationals such as Google and Amazon, whose concentration of financial and human capital allows them to dominate markets with 5G-enabled solutions, but are not expected to fund 5G networks. Canada is currently behind global peers in 5G performance. Canada is behind global peers in 5G deployment, ranking 14th among a group of 25 leading countries in download and upload speed. 7, as it has yet to deploy the two bands, mid and high, of spectrum, which are required to fully enable 5G capabilities. Canada's lagging position is primarily a result of slow spectrum allocations and complex regulations for accessing passive infrastructure. To deploy 5G at pace and overcome these challenges, Canada will require a healthy telecommunications industry that has well-capitalized MNOs capable of funding national 5G deployment. To achieve this, Canada needs a supportive regulatory framework that should maintain an appropriate level of market incentives, drive improved customer value and investment in innovation. 2. Maintain predictable and fair regulations while being flexible to accommodate the evolving needs of the digital economy. And 3. Consider the significant benefits of the digital economy, the role of 5G in enabling it, and the broader competitive landscape within it.